Good evening, folks. This is Jim. Happy Sunday to you. This is a combined video for both Saturday and Sunday. So this would be day uh, 30, 33 and 34 of the writing challenge. I'm combining the two because I don't know if you've ever felt it. You probably have, but you have one of those weekends that just kind of gets away from you a little bit. That's kind of what happened to me this weekend. I got up on Saturday morning with a lot of good intentions, and just things happened, life happened. Mostly good stuff, nothing really bad, but I have some in-laws in town, and we did some sightseeing on Saturday, and I just could not get to the computer to do any writing or to really get a lot of outlining done. But I did do some pen and pencil work on hard paper and note cards. Did some noting, some note writing and stuff. So Saturday was not particularly productive. And Sunday, today, of course, I got some stuff done, and I feel a little bit better having taken some time here. It's just after 10 o'clock now, and I feel good about the progress I made, although there are not really any new words on page. I've just been focusing on the outline and some other housekeeping type of stuff, getting my mind ready to start a new job tomorrow, a new office job. And in the meantime, getting my brain wrapped around book 2 and how it follows from book 1. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of the outlining that I'm doing. And this is just a reminder that writing a series, for me anyway, I've discovered that writing the subsequent books are much easier than writing the first book, because the first book is doing a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of introducing the characters, introducing the setting, the magic, the world, all that good stuff. And then, book 2, book 3, and subsequent books, you're just building on that and hopefully, keeping it interesting and different so that it's not just the same story rehashed over and over again. You're continuing the subplots, you're adding in new plots, you're adding in new elements, but you're keeping those through lines going from book to book to give some continuity to the story and to the characters, and giving hopefully giving readers something interesting to latch onto and to keep following along, because you want these characters to be compelling enough and interesting enough that you get the readers to care about them, and then it makes them want to read more, hopefully. Anyway, that's the idea. So just real quick, like I said, I don't have any sprints or anything to show you, although I've got the templates in place here. I'm ready to start writing probably tomorrow on book 2. Of course, book 3 won't happen until next month, so I've got plenty of time to worry about book 3. For now, I still got a couple chapters on book 1 to finish, so I need to fill in these sprints when I get around to it. That'll happen probably during the editing process, because in book 1 I've got, where is it? There it is. Book 1, there's 4 chapters left to write, and I just have not gotten to them yet. And I thought about writing them, but what I realized is it's going to be much easier to just do the edit straight through, and then when it comes time to write that those fill-in chapters, it'll be easier to do it as I edit, because that way I know exactly where the characters are in my headspaces and everything. So instead of taking a shot at it and then having to do heavy editing later, I'm going to just wait on these 4 chapters until it comes up in the editing process, so that it flows more effectively with what's already there. So we'll get there. So that'll be 4 sprints to get there. And then book 2, I've been building the outline today. What I started off with was just some rough notes, a couple of paragraphs of where the characters need to be and where they need to be going. And then book 2, I took the 60, I'm still estimating 60 chapters, 90,000 words for this book, and I got 60 note cards here. And what I'm kind of doing right now is I am plugging in all the different scenes that I'm pretty confident are going to happen in the book somewhere. Like, this is all Rachel stuff, right? The main character's name is Rachel for the moment, until I either decide to change it or keep it. It's still a little bit to be determined, partly based on what kind of models my cover artist can find, because if she can't find any good ones of the character type I have in mind, I may be switching her over to a person of color and playing around with that. So we're going to think about that a little bit. But in the meantime, so these are all the different Rachel scenes that I know are going to happen. I don't know exactly what order they're going to happen in, but I'm just plugging them in because I know that they're all going to be Rachel episodes. And then I've got Malcolm, he's a supporting character. I've got like 8 or 9 scenes with him already that I know are going to be his point of view, and I just need to figure out where they're going to fit into the overall structure. But for now, I just want to get his through line straight through so I understand what's happening with him through the course of the book. Of course, these are 2 chapters that were moved from book 1 because I wanted to save this climax for later. It didn't make sense to have it in book 1, so I moved it to book 2. And book 2 is the right place for it. Book 3 will continue the ramifications of what happens in book 2, but for now, they're good where they are. So I'm working on his through line, and then also the main antagonist, I'm working on his through line. And then what will happen is once most of these cards are filled in with some sort of text about what's happening with Rachel, what's happening with Malcolm, what's happening with the antagonist, as well as some of the other supporting characters, then I'll start writing the chapters, of course, but I'll also start kind of figuring out what's the flow, what order do these go in, what's the timeline, that kind of stuff, like I did with book 1, where I figured out the timeline. This happens on Wednesday, this happens on Thursday, this happens on Friday, etc. I'll do that for book 2 as well, so that I'm creating guideposts to write to, but I'm also leaving some flexibility so that I'm discovering the story as I go and allowing myself to be surprised, because there's some stuff in book 1 that I wasn't expecting to happen that I discovered as I went and enjoyed it quite a bit, and I expect that to happen for book 2 as well. I'm putting the basic structure together here, but I'm willing for it to change based on what happens in the course of writing 90,000 words in 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it'll be. So that's really where I am right now. I also want to send out a sincere thank you to everybody who's been sending me comments and emails and Facebook messages and all that good stuff. Those of you who watched the podcast I did with Ivy Sinclair and the good folks at the Self-Publishing Roundtable, I really appreciate all your comments. They're keeping me going even in these last couple days where I haven't gotten a whole lot accomplished writing-wise. So you are buoying my spirits, and I really appreciate it. It's good to have such a supportive group of self-publishing writers out there that are cheering me on, and I'm cheering you on, and we're all working together, and we're all doing some cool stuff, and it's just great to have that community around me. And also want to thank Chris Fox for chatting with me a little bit on Facebook today. He just kind of was giving me a thumbs up for the tenacity, I think was the word he used, the tenacity that I'm showing in doing this kind of thing every single day. Keep plugging away at the words, and he and I shared some thoughts, and I really appreciate his vote of confidence in me and what I'm working on, and the goals that I'm working on, hoping to move forward with all this good stuff. So thank you, Chris. Thank you, Ivy. Thank you, everybody else who's keeping me going and who's being inspired and inspiring me at the same time. So group hug all around. Thanks, folks. So anyway, that's about it for now. I am, like I said, it's a little after 10 o'clock now, so I'm going to continue to work on this outline, see what I can accomplish here in the next probably hour or so, and then I'm going to go to bed, get a good night's sleep so that I'm ready and rested for the first day of work tomorrow, because I'm still working a day job until at such time as I can get the writing thing going sufficient to cover most of my expenses, so that I can do this crazy thing full-time and really just blow the doors off of productivity. And instead of doing 8 to 10 releases a year, I'll do a whole bunch more. I haven't done the math recently, and I think doing it would scare me as to how productive I could be if this was all I had to do. So I'll worry about that later. For now, I've got a book to write. I've got another book to edit. I've got a short story to finish. I'm working on a short story that's going to be a reader magnet, a freebie reader magnet, and you can see I'm about 1,300 words into it, so it'll probably need another sprint. I just saw a typo. I can't let that typo go, but otherwise everything else is coming along. So I hope you had a fantastic weekend, and I hope you have a good week ahead. Happy April to you, and that's about it from this end of the world. So have a great night, and happy writing to you.